On this exact date in 2010, I was competing at the Tour de France. 15 years later, though, I have progressed onto the British Pedal Car Grand Prix. What is the British Pedal Car Grand Prix? Well, I will quote directly from the official website. It's just like the Monaco Grand Prix, but human-powered, and in Ringwood. 24 teams of 4 are going to be racing around an 850-metre circuit in my hometown of Ringwood in the south of the UK. There will be thrills, spills, pit stops, pain, and parties. This event was first held all the way back in 1987. Now, according to the organisers, the idea behind the event is simply to have fun. But we are here to win, or at least get somewhere inside the top 30. Who are we? Well, let me introduce you to the team. Brad Pine, the brains behind the operation. Brad has organised all of our pre-event training and preparation, which has involved 2 20-minute meets at an industrial estate where we mainly discuss tactics. Jason Galt. If Brad is the brains, Jason is the brawn, a 94-kilogram mountain of a man. He was recently involved in a collision with a car, and the car came off worse. Dean Stringer. Dean specialises in high rocks, but apart from that, he's a good guy. A veteran of 3 Ironmans, Dean will come into his own at the 6-hour mark, which means 4 hours into the after party. And then there's me. I'm here to do the voiceover and provide the power pedals for the data. This is the route, an 850-metre lap around Ringwood town centre. Pan flat with a section of light cobblestones en route, a few corners, but only a couple of tight ones. This is going to be flat out racing at upwards of 20 kilometres per hour.
It is going to get tough. It is not looking to cool down in the next few hours.
Now, I'm sure there are more than a few of you interested in the car itself and the engineering behind it. I'll get onto that soon, but let's get straight into it. The lights are about to go green. Actually, there are no lights, but they're about to start.
Okay, are we ready for the start of the Pedal Car Grand Prix in 3, 2, 1.
As our team leader, Brad took on the start for us. Gridded 6th, he got us off to a storming start, picking off the other teams one by one, flying past the Precision Fuel car and up into 3rd place. The changeover was next level. Brad ejected himself from the seat, making way for Dean on Stint 2. As a team, we decided on a 3-lap per person strategy, so as Jason reached the end of his circuit, it was time for my first stint. Thank you very much. Oh, Christ. Navigating through the lapped teams proved tricky on the opening circuits as I tried to assess the limits of grip around the tight corners. Lap 1 was reasonably comfortable, but the effort was already starting to bite at the end of lap 2. After 3 laps, I was more than ready to hand back to Brad. I'm cramping after 8 minutes. It's down to a different position. There was a crash at the end on the U-turn, not right in front of me, but Maybe put the brakes on a bit more. I don't want to hit the deck. Right then, let's take a closer look at the car itself. I'm sure you've probably noticed already in this video that this is one of the more serious machines here at the British Pedal Car Grand Prix, built for speed. Although I have noticed there are a couple of improvements that could be made because A, the chain is not waxed, and B, the tyres are not tubeless. So this car is built in-house by local engineering firm, Doughty Engineering. The chassis itself is constructed with box section aluminium that's been strengthened where needed. All 4 of the hubs on this car were CNC machined in-house and then laced to these size 20 rims. And on those rims, we've got the Schwalbe Durano tyres. Not sure how easy they are to get in this particular size, but it's not very common. The body of the car is also constructed in-house using plastic corrugated sheets, which are called Coreplast, apparently. And then a company called Multisigns this year have coated it in carbon, which I think you'll agree gives it a very stealth look. Lots of different cars here and different ways of operating the steering. In this one, we've got these 2 levers, and you shouldn't be pushing them forwards and backwards to steer the car. Actually took a little while to get used to, both of the 20-minute training sessions that I did, in fact, because they're really quite twitchy. You don't have to move them much at all to steer the car. Not sure why that caught me by surprise, but it did. Then for the finishing equipment, well, they brought the rest of the componentry in. So we've got Avid brake levers, front and rear. The shifting for the gears is just here. So it's basically a sort of end of triathlon time trial bike lever there, operating a 9-speed Tiagra rear derailleur. Not electronic, although I've noticed Precision Engineering have electronic gears on there. So that's another step up that we could make next year. We've got mountain bike pedals for the simple reason that we've all got mountain bike shoes and cleats. I've mounted some power pedals on there so we can keep an eye on who's doing what power and then split the prize money accordingly afterwards. I've had to mount the Wahoo Roam using zip ties, so I'm sure you're all going to say that that is a bodge. And just finally, there's no adjustments to the seat height or length or whatever you want to call it. Thankfully, there's not too much of a discrepancy in the height of us 4. But I think they've got an extra seat that brings the slightly shorter people a bit further forward so they're more comfortable. But yeah, that's the car that we're racing on today. Hopefully it's fast, but I think like cycling, it's the legs that do the talking. Stint 2 just coming up. Jason's just doing his last of 3 laps now. Well, legs are still burning from Stint 1, we've got to say. I'm going to take it a little bit steadier on the first lap. I got too excited last time. And hopefully maintain a more constant speed. And seeing the data afterwards. Although it's going to be hard to see who's doing which stint, I think. I'll just look at where the highest power is and presume that's mine. It was quite hard to keep tabs on exactly what position we were in, with everyone employing a different pit strategy, but we were hovering around 3rd place. I felt like I was getting the hang of things on this second stint, and because I'd got stuck in traffic and had an enforced breather, I decided to do an extra lap. So Jason is out, he's on his last lap now, 6 minutes to 5, which means I think I'm going to be doing the last stint. Going to give it my all, see where we end up, because at the moment we've got no idea where we are. Top 5, I think, somewhere between 3rd and 5th. Like to be on the podium. I interrupt the British Pedal Car Grand Prix for a shameless plug. A very good mate of mine runs the Ringwood Carnival each and every year. This year it's on Saturday the 20th of September, so if you're in the vicinity, the New Forest National Park, I would thoroughly recommend coming along. Starting my last stint, I was determined to make sure we got that final step of the podium. Listening to the race announcer through the start-finish area, the 4th team were apparently very close, so I pulled out all the stops to keep them behind. Mission accomplished. My last lap was my quickest of the whole race, after which I did a parade lap, giving the fans what they wanted.
Third in our first effort. That's pretty good, isn't it? I'm happy with that. Oh, well, that was so tough. It's my glutes are killing me. Not enough time down the gym. There'll be celebrations though. After party to come.
Dougherty Racing, third at this year's Pedal Car Grand Prix.
And that's the end of that. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I wasn't sure how it was going to go down with you as viewers. I mean, not strictly cycling, but we are still pedaling. If you did enjoy it, it'd be massively appreciated if you could click on the thumbs up button just down below. And in the comments, let me know what you thought of the event. And I'm sure a few of you are considering entering this event this time next year. I would encourage you to do so. It's extremely fun, a lot of camaraderie between the teams as well. So do it. Get some engineering going, build your own pedal car, come to Ringwood this time next year. I'll see you then.